In order to treat iron and manganese together, the best system we've found over the past 20 years is the 2510 AIO Katalox Light air injection type system. It works better than Birm, Philox, Pyrolox, green sand, carbon, all that stuff. It just outperforms every system we've ever tried. A lot of times you'll find iron and manganese together in your well water supply because the aquifer that your water is passing through contains iron and manganese, and the acid water that's running through your aquifer breaks down the iron and the manganese and imparts it into your drinking water, your household water supply. And the best way to remove it is with the 2510 AO Katalox Light system. The visual difference between iron and manganese: iron leaves a reddish brown stain and manganese leaves a grayish black type stain. Some homeowners may mistake manganese because it leaves a grayish black stain. They may think it's mold or dirt in the water. Now, manganese, you don't notice manganese in the water at first. It's just like clear water iron. Basically, what happens is if you do have low levels of manganese in your water and it sits in the toilet bowl for a few days, it's going to precipitate out. It's going to get oxidized by the air and precipitate out and leave that grayish black stain in the toilet bowl. Now, a lot of people try, they know they have iron in the water, or they know they have manganese in the water, and they run to Lowe's or Home Depot and get a 5-micron sediment cartridge filter off the shelf, run home and install it, thinking that's going to solve the problem, and it doesn't. All it does is the filter gets clogged over time, you have to continually replace it, and you still have an ongoing issue. Now, a lot of people ask me that have iron or manganese in the water, they'll say, can I remove it with my water softener? Can I put a water softener in to take care of that problem? And the answer is yes, you can. At low levels, you can remove iron and manganese in the water. Once you get to levels of, say, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 parts per million or above, you need to use a filter designed specifically to remove iron and manganese, like our 2510 AIO Katalox Light filter. In my opinion, and the opinion of our company, and what we've tried and tested over the years, if you have iron or magnesium in your water, you want a dedicated iron filter. You don't want to waste your time and money trying cartridge filters, water softeners, and other types of filters that other companies recommend, saying, oh, this will solve all your problems. And typically, no, it won't. The best thing to do is install the 2510 AIO filter with Katalox Light. That gets the job done. Now, a lot of people think, oh, is manganese harder to remove than iron? No, it's not. It works the same way. If you have 10 parts per million of iron in the water and 5 parts per million of manganese, we're going to use the same system. We're going to use the 2510 AIO Katalox Light filter, and that's going to remove up to 30 parts per million of iron, up to 15 parts per million of manganese, and 10 parts per million of sulfur. And that's the only system that you're going to need to solve those issues. Now, a lot of times, depends on what type of system you're using. Some people use a Birm filter, and basically the water passes through the Birm, iron is pulled out, and manganese is pulled out, and you're good to go. And that works well for low levels and if the pH is balanced right. We tried Birm in the past, and it did an okay job. As far as oxidation goes, a lot of companies will use an oxidation system to precipitate out the iron or manganese, and then they'll trap it in another type of filter. Our filter, the 2510 AIO with Katalox Light, has its own air pocket inside the top of the tank. And actually, it's not really necessary, but we tried it about 15 years ago, and it works so much better in conjunction with the Katalox Light that we made it our #1 iron filter that we recommend to all our customers. So as the water passes through the air pocket, it precipitates out the iron, and then it's trapped by the Katalox Light. It's not necessary, but it's almost like getting 2 filters in one, and it's a great benefit. Now, a lot of people ask me, do I need air injection or I need chemical injection to remove iron in my water, or manganese or sulfur? We don't recommend chemical injection. We don't want to put chemicals into anybody's water and have any type of liability as far as that goes, and it's labor intensive. If you have a chemical injection system, you have a big trash can looking receptacle with a pump on top, and you have to go down there in your basement every 30 days, mix your chemicals up, make sure everything's working correctly, and get it ready for another 30 days of operation. With oxidation, that's an ongoing process. So you don't have any maintenance. The system does it itself. With our system, every time this backwashes, it creates a new air pocket. So it's usually set to regenerate every other day to replenish that air pocket in the system. So it works well in conjunction with the Katalox Light. Now, when you have iron or manganese in well water, one of the most important things you need to check for is the pH level. If your pH is extremely acidic, that has to be corrected. Now, our 2510 AIO with Katalox Light will help raise the pH, but we do recommend at low levels that you put a neutralizing system in, because the best way to treat iron is with a neutral pH up closer to 8 than neutral. Like the pH scale goes from 0 to 14, 7 being neutral. So for optimum iron and manganese removal, you want a pH level of 8. We found over years of trial and error that the 2510 AIO Katalox Light system is the most reliable and the lowest maintenance system you can get for iron and manganese removal in the industry today. One of the biggest things I see as far as manganese in the water, people don't really know what it is. They know what iron is because there's a lot of information available, but when they see the grayish black stains, they really don't know what it is and they try to solve the issues on their own and they usually fail. The best thing to do if you see something in your water or there's a type of staining that you don't recognize, call your local water treatment company or call us and we'll help you solve the problem. Now, again, a lot of people ask me, what's it going to cost to remove iron and manganese from my water? And you're going to get, depending on who you call and who you have come out to your house and give you an estimate, you're going to get a range of prices from, say, $1,500 up to $10,000. Our system, the 2510 AIO 2.5 cubic foot Katalox Light system, is $21.95 shipped. That includes everything except installation. Typically, with most iron filters, depending on what type of system you have, you're going to have some type of annual maintenance. With our 2510 AIO Katalox Light system, there's no annual maintenance other than every 6 to 8 years, you're going to clean the tank out and rebed it with new Katalox Light. You're going to get it ready for another 6 to 8 years of performance. Now, a lot of people, when they're testing their water, they'll test it themselves. They'll order a home test kit off Amazon, which is fine. They'll go to the local Lowe's and Home Depot and get test strips, which are fairly accurate. But we usually recommend, if you want an accurate water test, call a local water testing lab in your area and tell them you want to get the pH, iron, hardness, manganese, and bacteria checked. The best advice I can give you for removing iron and manganese in the water is call different companies and pick their brain, and you might call 5 companies and get 5 different answers. We're going to give you the right solution for the existing problem. If you have iron and manganese in the water, and here's the truth, typically you only need one system to remove both. Our 2510 AO Katalox Light system will remove iron and manganese at the same time. Me personally, if I have iron and manganese in my well water, I'm going to use the 2510 AO Katalox Light system in a 2.5 cubic foot size, followed by a 64,000 grain Fleck digital demand softener. And if I have extremely low pH, I'm going to add a neutralizer as well. And then I'm going to last in line, I'm going to put a carbon filter to polish up the water and give me good clean drinking water throughout the entire house. And also install a Vicqua VH410 UV to make sure I am absolutely 100% bacteria free in all my water supply throughout the entire house. Now, we recommend if you have questions or a water test you want us to look at, give us a call at 800-460-5810, or you can text us at 443-277-2204. Our website is www.midatlanticwater.net if you want to take a look at all the products that we have. But again, get your water tested, call us, text it to us, and we'll give you an accurate solution for your problem.